Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
How is it Christian Prince?
Yes, we are live on air in YouTube. Everybody hear you. What do you want to say to me, my friend?
Okay, I was listening to all these, just checking your references you giving against my Quran. Either you are a filthy fat liar, or all the imams since I was a child have been lying to me, because
Okay.
Islam, I was taught Surah Baqarah ayat 256 says La ikraha fi din. There is no compulsion in religion.
Okay.
And then another surah, for instance, says Surah Kafirun ayat 6 means your religion is yours, mine is mine. And it's meant to be a peaceful religion, but you are just throwing too many things. I can't even, search for it.
Okay.
Where'd you get these things from?
It's in my head, my friend. I'm a walking library. Let us go one by one. You said Islam means peace, correct?
Yes.
All right. Well, isn't it the Quran in chapter 9, verse number 29, order the Muslims to fight and to kill all the Christians, either they pay the jizya and they convert, or they die.
If it's in the time of war, I wouldn't worry about it.
Hold on, my friend.
But
my friend, hold on.
it's not.
Okay, and
yes,
in the time of war, but the Christian did not wage war on you. It's you waging war. Read with me carefully. This is your Quran, and I can open for you any translation you wish. Which translation you like most?
It doesn't really matter as far as it's translated.
Okay, Muhammad Yusuf Ali, a Muslim. I will not going to use any translation.
But the problem is you're showing another translation. They all contradict each other. I don't know who to listen to.
Okay, this is why I'm asking you which translation you like.
Go to Al-Jalalain. Al-Jalalain is more authentic.
Is a translation. Jalalain is tafsir. Al-Jalalain is tafsir.
Go to Tafsir Al-Jalalain.
All right, so we will go to a tafsir Al-Jalalain.
Or to be Ibn Kathir.
No problem, no problem. Let us go to Ibn Kathir. You want Ibn Kathir? Just tell me what do you want. I'm here.
Ibn Kathir, please.
Ibn Kathir. Okay, Ibn Kathir. Let us go to Ibn Kathir. Give me a second.
It's
all right.
Shocking. It can't be true.
All right, we will see if it's true, my friend. And as you said, either I'm a filthy liar or they are filthy liars. One of us have to be. All right. So this is Ibn Kathir. I will show it to you in the screen. And remember, this is your choice, not my choice. You wanted the Jalalain. I said, okay, I will show you Jalalain. You said Ibn Kathir. I will show you whatever you want. This is Ibn Kathir. You see, it says Ibn Kathir. You see my screen? All right. This is Ibn Kathir, and let me zoom out so you can see better and read better.
Fight those who believe not in Allah.
Let us go to verse number 9, because this is many. Here he's explaining وَهُمْ صَاغِرُونَ etc. You speak Arabic, I'm assuming, do you?
Yes.
Okay, that's wonderful, and then we can even read in Arabic. But let us go in our English now. Fight against those who believe not in Allah, nor the last days, nor what is forbidden, which is forbidden by Allah and His Messenger, and those who acknowledge not the religion of the truth from the people of the scriptures. Okay, why he want to fight them? Because they don't acknowledge the following things: the last day of Islam, what is forbidden by Islam, and the messenger of Islam. Do I agree? Okay, so what is the reason to kill them? Because they don't acknowledge, and I think the verses are clear. Now let's read Ibn Kathir. Until they pay the jizya with willing and submission and feel themselves subdued. And read carefully. Ibn Kathir now is making his commentary.
Subdued. Where does it say that?
Here we go. This is what the Quran is saying. You speak Arabic, right? It says Saghirun. Saghirun means subdued, humiliated. Okay. Therefore, this is Ibn Kathir talking now, not the Quran. Therefore, when people of the scriptures disbelieved in Muhammad, and they had no beneficial faith in any messenger or what the messenger brought, rather they follow their religion, because this is confront with their ideas, lost, and the ways of their forefather, not because they are Allah law religion. They had been true believers in their religion, that faith would be have directed them to believe in Muhammad. So because they are not to believe in Muhammad, obviously they are liars, correct? And then he says, because all the people gave the good news to Muhammad, etc., blah 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 blah, they believe in Muhammad. And look here what he said.
That's harsh.
Their religion, these religions, came from Allah, but because this is sweet, their desire and lust. Therefore, their claimed faith is earlier, an earlier prophet will not benefit them, because they disbelieved in the master and the might of the last and the most perfect of the prophet. Hence Allah's statement. So because they did not believe in Muhammad, it's not because they are fighting Muhammad. I think that the proof is clear, correct? Because of that, look what it says: fight against those who believe not in Allah nor the last, etc., to the end of the verse. And then it says this honorable ayah was revealed with the order to fight the people of the book after the pagan were defeated. So Muhammad now he killed all the enemy. Who's left? He killed the Jews, he killed the, you know, he killed the Arab. Now it's time to finish those Christians and Jews. So the people enter into Allah religion in large numbers. So Muhammad now have a big army because people are scared, terrified, and the Arabian Peninsula was secure under Muslim control. Allah commanded his messenger to fight the people of the scriptures, Jews and the Christians. On the ninth years of the Hijrah, he prepared an army to fight the Roman. It's not the Roman who fought him. He sent a letter to the Romans saying, convert or die. Now, you say to me,
which battle you specifically are referring to?
What?
Which battle?
It doesn't matter. He decided this is Tabuk. Supposedly, Muhammad, he went to Tabuk, but he could not make it because he could not get in. You know, he was hoping to be able to attack, but looked like they were ready for him, so he was not able to attack, and he came back after waiting for some time in Tabuk. But then, as you see here, you said to me, Islam teaching you that you have your religion, I have mine. There's no compulsion in religion, blah. So this is in the beginning. You see, what you know. You speak Arabic and you should know better that in Islam there is something that's called abrogation.
Yeah, nasikh mansukh.
When
Yes.
Muhammad he was weak, he said, "Okay, you have your religion, I have my religion," because he cannot force them. But as you see
it's-
here,
an ayah, a verse could be easily abrogated by its diviner, which is Allah.
no problem, no problem. But
There's no problem with that.
Okay,
But
no
you
problem.
you keep
but why you
insulting
are
Islam by
quoting me?
saying it's
Why-
a cult.
Hold on. Why
It's
you
cult.
are quoting for
Let
me?
me translate the cult for you.
My friend,
let me tell you
just
what cult
wait,
is, my friend.
Wait. Why you are quoting for me a verse which is abrogated? It's not valid because Al Kafirun,
Okay, let me tell you
Al
what cult
Kafirun,
is.
and the other verse is not valid. It's abrogated by the chapter of At-Tawbah.
Cult is a system. Cult is a system which is directly, personally direct towards somebody, towards someone, a personal figure.
Yes.
Okay. So if you give me a verse, okay, any verse, been abrogated by Allah, it's no problem. But you can never find a verse been abrogated by Muhammad himself.
Oh no, you are wrong. I can find you tons.
No, you cannot find me a single one. You're just making it up, just throwing too many things. People cannot pick it up.
Okay. Let us finish this one, and I promise you I will go right away and I will show you the verses which Muhammad abrogated. But let us agree that what you said about peace is it was not. I'm not going to say you are lying. I will say it was not true. Read carefully. Here it says, the Messenger of Allah marched heading toward Asham to fight the Roman until he reached Tabuk, where he set a camp, etc. So he could not, he could not do it. He came back, and the condition until they pay the jizya, if they do not choose to embrace Islam. So why we have to pay jizya? Because die or pay. And with willing submission in defeat.
Everybody's paying jizya. What's wrong with that?
No.
You live in America.
No.
You pay taxes.
No. This is our land. How we pay land? The American occupy Iraq. They will force them to pay jizya because the American occupy them to protect them from the American. That's what your prophet is saying. And look what he says. It says in the verse, and feel themselves subdued, disgraced, humiliated, like etc. Therefore, the Muslims are not allowed to honor the people of the Dhimma or elevate them above the Muslims, for they are miserable, disgraced, humiliated. Muslim reported that Abu Huraira, Allah the Prophet said, don't initiate salam to the Jews and the Christians, and if you meet any of them in the road, force them to the narrowest alley, which means the sewage. This is why the leader of the faithful, Omar ibn Khattab, may Allah pleased with him, demand his well-known conditions to be met by the Christians. These conditions that ensured their continued humiliation, disgrace, etc. Do you see it? So you are saying to me that Islam says you have your religion, I have mine. Those people, they have no guilt except they are Christians, and now you want to humiliate them because they refuse Islam. This is their crime.
That's not what I was taught.
But I'm showing you the proof, and you are the one who asked me to read Ibn Kathir.
Obviously, I'm working and living in a Christian country.
Okay, my friend.
And I'm working with Christians and Jews.
Problem.
They respect me so much.
No problem. I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying. I'm not, my friend.
Use this verse against them.
My friend, I'm not talking about you. This is not about you or me. You might be a wonderful person, but this is not about you and me. This is religion. So you said to me, read Ibn Kathir. I quoted for you live on air what you choose, correct? It was your choice. So obviously Islam is not what some Muslims they think. You're a Muslim, but you've been taught that the Prophet says you have my religion, you have yours. This is when he was weak, it's abrogated. Now we prove to you that the first thing you say to us about Islam, give a freedom of a choice. That is a big fat lie they told you. Even the Prophet of Islam, he says, I've been ordered to fight all mankind until they say there's no God but Allah and no prophet but Muhammad. And if they do so, only if they do so, I will stop killing them and shedding their blood. And here we go. All those hadith are sahih and they are accurate. You have not only you have to say the shahada, you have to pray as we pray, you have to fast as we fast, you have to face the qibla, you have to pay the zakat.
Is it a hadith?
And this is sahih. This is sahih. It doesn't matter hadith or not. This is sahih. Yeah.
No, did you say it's hadith or Quran?
My friend, this is hadith and sahih, but it is in total agreement with chapter 9 verse 29.
No. Could you show on the screen, please?
I'm showing it on screen. You don't see it?
It's not coming up.
Okay, well maybe you need to refresh your page.
Let me refresh it. 1 second. Right. Allah said, I have been ordered to fight the people till they say none has the right to be worshipped but Allah. And if they say so, pray like our prayers, face our Qibla, and slaughter as we slaughter. Then their blood and property will be sacred to us, and we will not interfere with them except legally. And their reckoning will be with Allah.
So what does that mean?
What's the Sahih number? 392.
Sahih al-Bukhari 392.
I go sunnah.com. Let me check. Sorry, I need to check. I don't trust anyone anymore.
No
Bukhari. Right. Yeah. So that means, so this, if this is true, it abrogates Ayah 256, Surah Baqarah, and Surah Kafirun.
In the chapter at Tawbah, abrogate everything because Quran is more powerful, right? So the Quran and the Hadith here confirm that what you said to me in the beginning, it was not really accurate, and this is the truth.
But tell me one thing. Is there anywhere in the Quran backing up the Hadith? We keep taking the Hadith for granted.
No, I just showed you the Quran first, and now I was showing you the Hadith. I did not show you the Hadith first and the Quran second. So the
any
Hadith,
ayat, any verse in the Quran saying you must listen to Hadith?
Oh yeah, there's tons of them. Because the Quran,
show me one.
Okay, hold on. The Quran says whatever the Prophet.
If Quran doesn't back up the Hadith can go invalid.
Yeah, no problem. Let me show you. I will show you tons of reference. All right. Chapter 59, verse number 7. Whatever the prophet he gave you, you take it. So you take what the messenger assigned to you. Whatever he says to you, you take it. It is an order. You see it?
Yeah, I see.
Chapter 59, verse number 7. Let us see more. There's many. There's too many. All right. In the Quran says too that whoever obey the messenger, he obey Allah. All right. Read with me carefully, please, and you will see chapter 4, verse number 80. He who obey the messenger obey Allah.
He who obeys messenger.
Correct.
Let me check. I got Talal Itani Quran. Let me check how he is. It's obviously all against each other. You can't. You don't know who to listen to.
No, it says confirming that you have to obey Muhammad first, because obeying Muhammad is obeying Allah. So which means Muhammad
that's wrong. That's no good. I don't obey a person rather than God.
My friend, it's not up to you. This is your Quran. You are a Muslim. You have to obey.
And it's 80, is it? 80.
What do you want my help? So you did we confirm this one?
No. I can't deny this.
Okay. So if was Muhammad a god? He's a perfect god. He's a god, or he's a human like us?
He should have been a human.
Okay. And
because he clearly saying Abdu wa Rasuluh.
Okay. Do human do error and mistakes and commit sin? Was Muhammad a sinner? Was Muhammad a sinner?
Yes, he was.
Okay, the Quran confirmed that too. Thank you. I make it easy for me. So now, how you can obey a sinner, and by obeying the sinner, me or you or Muhammad?
You can never obey a sinner.
Okay, so it says here, he obey the messenger, obey Allah. To assume that I can obey Muhammad.
I don't allow my children to kiss my hand either. I don't like
my friend,
people.
You see, I'm talking about you or me, with my respect to you. I'm talking about, this is what the Quran is saying. In order to obey Allah, you obey Muhammad first. And this is not my translation. And you speak Arabic. من يطع الرسول فقد أطاع الله ومن تولى فما أرسلناك عليهم حفيظا. Okay, so it's clear. So you have to obey Muhammad. Now, you said to me when we were talking about Ibn Kathir and killing Christians, you said to me there's no single verse in the Quran was abrogated by Muhammad. Is that correct?
Yeah.
All right. What about the mut'ah?
Mut'ah, well, I've read this briefing about mut'ah. Mut'ah was allowed in Quran.
Okay, chapter 4.
And Muhammad allowed it too.
The same chapter we are reading from, chapter 4, verse number 24. Okay. And do you practice mut'ah today?
No.
Why?
Because my wife is gonna kill me.
This is not the question. This is not because of.
No, I don't believe mut'ah is not. No, it's filthy. It's like,
okay,
to me, mut'ah sounds like a prostitution business.
Okay, thank you. I respect your honesty. You agree that this is a prostitution. So why Allah allowed the mut'ah?
because mut'a is ujra. It's for you pay money for it.
Exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
it's not a free service. It's you
Exactly.
pay somebody to have sex. This is what mut'a means.
Exactly. Actually, even Muslim scholars agree that this is about renting a woman, musta'jara.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay. So why Allah He allow you? You just said it's prostitution. Why Allah He allow you to rent women?
All I have been trying to do all these years in my life, asking these verses, but I just, convincing myself they're probably a different time of life,
Okay, but let us go
different
back.
needs.
No problem.
But
no, it's you see why did Moses allow people to do mut'a before Muhammad? Moses is a lot older. Did Jesus allow mut'a? No, I mean that's not a reason. I mean, if we want to find reason, we can find reason for anything. Like you might say to a man who was a rapist, why you rape this woman? Oh, she was wearing a short skirt. But that will not change the fact that you are a rapist, correct? If you ask about this, he's a thief. Why you stole? Oh, this guy he have a lot of money, but still you are a thief. This is not excuse. Look what it says here. This is your Muslim website, and those are your scholars saying that Muslim women, when she have the contract of mut'a, in some works, a special terms applied. Women who practice mut'a, musta'ajara, or rented women. Mut'a is considered as a kind of rental because in general a man's basic aim of this kind of marriage is sexual enjoyment of the women, and in the return of his enjoyment of the women he pay money, as you say. All right, so you agree, the scholars of the Muslim agree that this is a rental. Now, was the mut'a abrogated by Allah?
Yes.
Where?
Should have been, because the Sunni is not doing it anymore. Only the Shia.
No problem. Okay, but I'm asking
people still doing it. Shia is doing it in Yemen and Iran.
You remember, my friend, you said to me, show me where Muhammad he abrogated the mut'a. This is in the hadith. You said to me, show me where the hadith abrogate the Quran. The hadith abrogate the Quran. Here we go. We go to the hadith.
If this is correct, it goes into a form of cult, because a personal cult, not even a cult, a personal, very, very personal cult, because a man cannot bypass a God's order.
All right.
Simple as that.
Well, you see, when you called me in the beginning, you said, why you
show me
Islam?
The hadith, please.
Okay, no problem. When you call me in the beginning, you said to me, why you keep insulting Islam, saying that Islam, let me find some hadith. Okay.
Yeah, but you need to prove it, not just saying cult.
You are watching for long, I think, already, and you noticed that I never said something without proof, and I'm doing the same with you, the same as I do with everybody. So it's nothing new. All right, let's see. Let us find one of the hadith. There's tons of them, but we will find the most authentic ones. All right. Sahih Muslim or Sahih Bukhari, whatever you wish. Let us go with this one right in the top. Sahih Muslim, hadith number 1406. You see it? The page? All right. The Messenger of Allah said, O people, I had permitted you to contract mut'a with women, but Allah forbid it now until the day of resurrection. Where he forbid it? There's no Quran. Muhammad is Allah.
This verse.
Muhammad is Allah.
Abrogated mut'a.
There's no verse abrogated mut'a. This is hadith. Only
yes,
hadith.
yes. I have, my friend, 2 years ago, I have confronted an imam, a very, very big imam in London, okay? And he gave Surah An-Nur ayat 33. He said that that action, that mut'a was abrogated in the Quran.
Where?
before Muhammad.
Where?
Surah Nur, Surah Al-Nur, ayat 33.
Okay. An-Nur, we will go to An-Nur. All right, here we go, 24. 33?
Yes,
Okay.
he told me a story about
Yeah, that's false.
Abdullah Saluli.
That's false, my friend. There's nothing here have to do with the muta. This is about covering their clothes. What does have to do with the muta? That's false. And you will not find anyone even agree with this.
Surah Al-Nur, ayat 33.
33. Okay, 33. All right. Sorry. Okay. So how this is abrogating the muta? Actually, this verse alone should make you leave Islam. This verse legalize prostitution.
No.
Yeah. Well, read with me.
1 second.
Read with me carefully. It says, but force not your slaves for prostitution when they desire chastity, in order that you make gain in the goods, which may make money of this life. But if any of you compels them, yet after that Allah is all merciful and forgiving. So what the Quran is saying, and I think you speak Arabic, you speak English, so it's very clear that if they agree with you, you can do prostitution. Force them not. Force them not to do prostitution. He did not say prostitution is forbidden. Force them not. Huh? لا تكرهوا فتياتكم على البغاء إن أردنا تحصنا. Force them not. Okay, so if they agree, it's okay. And if you force them, Allah is all merciful anyway. And we're in this verse is saying that, you know, a muta is abrogated by this verse. There's no Muslim in the world believe in this.
If Allah is Ghafur Rahim, for who? For
it doesn't matter. There's no penalty, there's no punishment, and prostitution is allowed. Another example. Allah, He sent down 10 verses for breastfeeding.
You mean breastfeeding, like
for men?
Kids?
For men, no, for men.
Would you breastfeeding for what?
For men. Allah, He allowed Muslim women to give their breast to a strange man to suckle them 10 times.
What, in the Quran?
My friend, this is in the Quran, yeah. This was in the Quran, but it's not in the Quran no more. And the wife of Muhammad, she used to order any man who want to enter upon Aisha to suckle the nieces or the sisters of Aisha. Read with me carefully. Yahya related to me from Malik, from etc. from that Aisha, the mother of the believer, sent him away while he was being nursed to her sister Kulthum bintu Abi Bakr as-Siddiq, and he said, suckle him 10 times so that can come to see me. Okay, I want to ask you, where is this chapter, where is this verse in the Quran now?
No, you can't see anything in like that in the Quran.
Okay, where it is?
I don't know. You tell me.
I will tell you, no problem.
If it's nowhere, if it's not in the Quran, it doesn't exist.
No, it exists. But what happened? A goat did eat it. So we can say in this case, it's not really Muhammad who abrogated this. It was the goat. Read with me carefully. The verse of stoning to death and stoning and breastfeeding for adult 10 times was revealed, and the paper was with me under my pillow. When the messenger of Allah died, we were preoccupied with his death, and a tame sheep came and ate it. Down there it says, these verses were abrogated in recitation, but not in ruling. How you can abrogate something in recitation? I mean, this is funny.
This is shocking, not funny.
All right, for me, it's funny. It's stupid too.
Stoning and breastfeeding, not just one.
Yeah.
but this meant to be memorized. Okay,
No, it's not meant
that
to
was the
memorize.
time
No,
when
my
the
friend,
Quran
all
was
the
not
Quran,
written.
my friend, all the Quran at that time was memorized anyway. So when you say meant to be, did Allah says to you which one you memorize, which one you write down? No, He gave you Quran, and then later Uthman, he decide what to write down. And as you see, even the goat ate what is written. It was not meant to be memorized. It's written, and it was under the pillow of Aisha, which is the pillow of Muhammad. So it's meant to be written. This is why the goat ate it. Otherwise, if it's only memorized, well, the goat will not be able to eat something memorized.
Don't know what to say, to be honest. I'm gonna have to go to the mosque tomorrow evening and in front of everybody to confront these imams, because they
Okay,
each translation contradicts the other. They are. I don't understand, why should I lie about my God? If you can challenge my God, I don't need this God. If a Christian prince, an Arab from nowhere, could challenge my God, I don't need this God.
okay. Well,
My God, my
you don't need
writing,
this God.
my God's book, the Quran, should challenge billions of Christian princes.
No, but he cannot.
Why these people lie about it, I don't understand.
But you remember when you called me, you said to me, you are lying about Islam.
No, I didn't say that. I said you either a fat liar, as you keep repeating yourself,
Yeah,
or
but you are assuming that I'm lying, obviously, right? You were assuming or not?
I've been Islam since the age of 5, since I literally remember. And about 40 years of my life I've been praying to Allah. Okay, and as I talk, believe me, my hand is shaking. It's very hard to talk about this, to question this book. It's been so holy to me. You know, it's like somebody's skinning me alive. Very hard.
I understand, my friend, but as you see, we are not lying to you, and I'm showing you everything right in the front of your eyes.
No, obviously I'm writing all these references, and we'll confront these mullahs, because they are blind to people. He told me that Ayat 33, Surah An-Nur, abrogated that mut'ah. But it was, well, obviously it was my fault. I didn't
Secondly, you
chase
said
that.
that al-mut'ah is prostitution. What kind of God he allow prostitution?
Mut'ah is more than prostitution.
Yeah, so what the point of allowing prostitution? I mean, a man, he wanna have sex, go and get married.
Mut'ah, no, mut'ah was not for money. Prostitution these days is for money. Some prostitutes take
for money,
credit
and you are the
cards.
one who said that. You said
But
to me,
prostitute at the time was for a kilo of grain or rice.
It's the same. If
that was true,
my friend, it's the same. If you give somebody a return for sleeping with you, that is prostitution. You know,
it can't be from God.
Product and reward can be changed. Like maybe today you can send pay by credit card, but that will not change the fact that it's money, right?
Yeah.
If a woman she sleep with you because
if a woman for sex is very bad.
If a woman she sleep with you because you bought her a gift, whatever, this is prostitution. You know, it's product. Obviously it says, I showed you even the Islamic reference saying that this is renting a woman for the exchange of sexual pleasure. That's why it's called muta. Muta mean pleasure, correct?
But how could let's say let's I admit this one. How could Muhammad know about all these facts about the universe?
Like what?
And this ayat 30 in Surah Anbiya, he talks about the Big Bang, how the earth was created. I think it's Surah Anbiya ayat 30.
I know what it is. You don't need to tell me. Don't worry about it. This is why I'm a Christian prince, my friend. Okay. If we go to the verse,
it's chapter 2.
We will find the following. Chapter 21, verse number 30. Right away you will see in the beginning that there is something silly and stupid in the verse. Read with me the first line, please. Can you read it for me?
Yeah.
Okay. What it says?
Do not the unbelievers see?
That the
Could you turn to the Arabic one, please?
No problem. Here we go. This is the Arabic. أولم يرى الذين كفروا أن السماء والأرض كانت رتقا ففتقناهما. Did you notice with me what is a stupid mistake there? You are the one saying
Yes,
to me.
there's a mistake. Yara, it can't be Yara because you
Right.
can't
Thank
see
you
what
very much.
happened
You are a
back
smart
there
person. Thank you. Here we go.
14 billion years
Guys,
ago.
how this is a scientific discovery, and he is saying, don't they see?
Yara.
Okay. So what he's talking about? They are talking about that the Arab at that time believe that Allah, he raised the sky up. It was together and he raised them up. Where is the Big Bang? It says that the earth and the sky were joined together, which means there was earth and there was a sky. This is not what the Big Bang is saying. I don't believe in the Big Bang, by the way, but I'm going with you. So there is earth, there is a sky, or what we did, we split them. But this is not true.
But Big Bang is not the fact. Big Bang is the most.
Is a theory. It is a theory.
Most well.
No, it is a theory.
Plausible theory, you can say.
Well,
yes.
This is up to you. But anyway, the Quran did not only here he make a mistake. Secondly, if you read the chapter you choose, it says, and we had set on the earth mountains standing firm, so it should not shake on them. The fact is, the mountains are not set on the top of the earth. The mountains are coming down from the deep earth. When the tectonic plates they meet each other.
The mountain is a product of volcanoes.
Volcanoes or tectonic plate. Like when
tectonic layers erupt.
Okay, so but here is saying the opposite.
All the lavas.
Allah, he placed the mountains in the top of the earth, so it's not going to shake on us. So the Quran describes the earth. Huh?
31. Did we say 30 or 31?
We are reading both 30 and 31. So the first one is wrong. Secondly, and we will explain to you how he claimed that the first one, how it worked. So now Allah he left up the sky, and later we will show you in different verse he made it a roof. And here he is saying that Allah he placed the mountains in the top of the earth. Do you believe in this? Is that accurate or this is false?
Scientifically, this is doesn't make sense to me.
Okay, but you are the one who chose this chapter for me, not me.
But I didn't say 31. I said 30.
No problem. So 30 and 31 they complete each other. If this is a mistake,
we have set on the earth.
Yeah.
Mountains standing firm.
And the purpose what? They will not shake on us. Japan is a country have between an average of 800 to 2,000 earthquake a day, and it's all of it is mountains. Actually, the reason they have mountains because there's earthquakes and volcanoes and etc. So here Muhammad he exposed his fabrication. Now read with me carefully. And we made the heavens as a canopy, well guarded. Is that the atmosphere?
No, I'm shocked now.
Well, is that because I heard Muslims saying that this is the atmosphere.
Yes, they are right, because the translation they get, I'm afraid, in other languages like English.
So does it sound like this is the atmosphere?
No.
What the Quran is speaking of, that shaitan he try to spy at Allah, and Allah will shoot the shaitan by a star. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. Do you really believe in this? That the stars are made to shoot shaitan in his ass if you try to spy? And we have guarded it. What is the heaven? Allah claiming that only the lowest heaven have stars, and this is where some Muslims they lie and they say that this is speaking about the atmosphere. But if this is the atmosphere, it's mean only in the atmosphere we have stars. So we have created the stars, and we made them only in the lowest heaven, as to beautify the for the beholder. And the top of that, and we have guarded it, which means what? The near heaven, with from every outcast shaitan. Okay, how he cast shaitan out? Except him, the devil, that gain hearing by stealing. He is pursued by a clear flaming fire. Do you believe in this? How Allah shoot shaitan? Muhammad, he captured the shaitan, he tied him up in the column of the mosque. So such a small tiny creature, Allah, he will shoot a star to do what?
So where do you get this translation from?
Who cares? You speak Arabic, you can change translation. Chapter 15 verse number 18, 17, 16. You can read in Arabic. إلا من استرق السمع.
Even the English ones have different. Everyone translated it
because they lie. Because simply many of them, what they do.
Yeah, that's what makes me very angry about it.
Yeah, they lie in order to make you
deceiving people. I feel sorry for those innocent Muslims coming here and swearing at people. But
remember, you said to me, either you are a big fat liar, so you were not far away from them just 15 minutes ago. You thought I am a fat liar. You yourself.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Is that from God or this is stupid? And then here he says, and the earth was spread out. وَالْأَرْضُ مَدَدْنَاهَا. Is the earth spread out like a carpet? I don't know what is your education. Where is the
geoscience?
Where is
this is my field.
This is your field. That's
wonderful.
Geoscience. Okay,
yes.
That's wonderful. Okay, where is the hail is coming from?
Because listen, the beginning elements were hydrogen. Okay, so Surat Anbiya, I'm thinking of if God meant he separated earth from the skies, if he meant the Big Bang, let's say, doesn't even make sense either, because the earth is very, very young compared to the beginning of the universe. Okay, because the primary elements like hydrogen was at the beginning of the universe, but earth is containing iron, which takes billions of years to appear. Okay, so you can't stick a plastic to a gold. They don't stick together. They are different.
You see, I am not.
But I will chase these verses.
Okay. As long this is your science and this is your study, I want to ask you, where is hail coming from? Hail. Yeah, hail.
Hail is a water. Okay.
Water.
Affected by the Arctic wind, very cold Arctic wind, and they became hail. That's how it's made.
So you don't think it's coming from mountains, and Allah he break hail from those mountains?
Mountains?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Mountains, like in the sky, there's mountains, and Allah he break with the hammer hail, and he throw it at us.
Well, is it in the Quran?
I'm just asking you now before we talk about from where. Do you believe?
No, I don't. Even if I say that myself, I wouldn't believe it. I wouldn't take it for granted.
Okay, but if we find it,
hail is coming from the sky. It's the vaporization of our oceans. Okay, right. In a dense cloud, they become hail, snow, or rain.
All right. So if I find it for you from the Quran, are you willing to leave Islam?
I can't decide now because I need lots of things to chase.
Doesn't matter. But, if this one is a lie, I mean the rest is a lie. I mean, you just say this is impossible. This
I'm not hypocritic. I don't deny any mistakes. If I do a mistake, I put my hands up. If my father do a mistake,
if the Quran is invalid no more, Islam is gone. Chapter 24. You are the one who asked me.
If these are true,
my friend.
Yes, okay. I denounce Islam.
All right, that's wonderful, guys. He said he promised he would denounce Islam. The same chapter, you are the one who asked me to go to the chapter of An-Nur before, chapter 24, verse number 43. You can read in Arabic, you can read in English, in any word, any language you want. In English, they try to fabricate and to change the meaning, but I will show it to you in Arabic, and as long as you speak Arabic, me and you, we will get better understanding. It says here, وَيُنْزِلُ مِنَ السَّمَاءِ مِنْ جِبَالٍ فِيهَا مِنْ بَرَدٍ فَيُصِيبُ بِهِ مَنْ يَشَاءُ. Does it say that, or I'm lying?
Yes, very clear.
All right. You promised you will denounce Islam. Hail is coming from mountains in heaven. I mean, even cartoon, they don't do that. And look here in the first translation. I want you to confirm this with me.
I believe somebody mixed these things into Quran when they written.
My friend, there's nothing called
book.
mixed. Either this
is from God.
Either this is this is not a book of God. And look what here. As long as you speak Arabic, why the Muslims they lie and they say like mountains? Does it say like mountains in the Arabic?
No, anything between these two brackets don't.
So they are trying to cover up. So look, they send down from the sky from mountains, which is in heaven, hail.
No, it doesn't make sense.
So they fabricate the translation in order to cover the stupidity. Whoever wrote this book is foolish. You know, this is maybe work for people who
whoever this part here, whoever written didn't have a clue about anything in the sky. What's going on in the sky?
Assuming that the one who did this is Allah, Allah have no clue. What about this?
I don't believe this is from a God.
Look at this. Allah, He created three kind of creatures.
Because one of the principles of being a God is do not afford any mistakes. What makes me different from God is I am doing mistakes. I do a lot of mistakes, but God should be a little bit different from me. No mistakes.
Well, my friend, from the first page of the Quran to the last page, I can show you endless mistakes. I'm not showing you really mistakes. I'm just showing you a chapter you choose yourself to prove to me Islam to be true. So Islam is the most silly cult, and now you understand why I am saying it's a cult. You said why I'm calling Islam as a cult. Now you promise me if I show you this and this will be true, you will leave Islam, correct?
Yes.
Are you willing to keep your promise?
Yes.
So are you denouncing Islam?
If this is all true, we heard Islam is a cult.
So you agree Islam is a cult?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Because an order from God, okay, could never be bypassed by any man.
That's wonderful.
Never.
I'm really happy for you.
Because if that happens, God loses its status as God. You can call it something else. Okay? If a president, for example, if Trump makes an order, let's say Iranian is not allowed to enter the USA, and an officer, a police officer in the airport said, no, forget about Trump, I'm in charge here, he's going to go to prison, or Trump loses his status. So now compare that to God, Almighty God. It doesn't make a sense, my friend.
Absolutely.
Hypocrisy is not in my mind. I listen to reality. I listen to proof, evidence.
But you know, you as a person who, like today, after this moment, you are a Muslim. I cannot call you a Muslim no more. But I want to ask you, when the Muslims they say there is science in the Quran and etc., why they lie? Why they fabricate things?
Tell me, I was going to ask you this question. Why they either make money because there are loads of books in London. You got too many libraries, Islamic libraries. They selling billions of dollars a year on books. They get in from probably the Arab countries for printing these books, because the books are obviously very, very expensive.
Yeah.
They all laminated, nice colored, you know.
And pictures, and if you read them,
It
And-
costs $50 each,
and they
but they
insert
sell them for cheap.
articles about scientists, or sometimes fake scientists and sometimes real scientists, just to fool people, saying Quran match with science.
No, you don't have to do that. No Muslims, if any Muslim is listening to me, if anybody, any Muslim brothers or sisters trying to do that is fooling themselves, because my God should be able to challenge somebody like me or Christian Prince. Who is this guy? Who is Christian Prince? How could he easily come and challenge my God with evidence?
Is that what make you angry? Because I was like, who is
Yes.
Christian Prince?
But what makes me angry is people fabricating to the facts.
But yeah, I never fabricate. You see, this is why I go live and I say, people, you can call me and you can question, and you're welcome. I never, everything I say, I show in the screen. Everything, every single word.
It's my fault, because I should have. I did have a chance to chase the facts, but I just kept it, under the blanket, as we say.
So, my friend, I am a Christian, as you know, and I take the opportunity to invite you to accept the Messiah as your Savior. You left Islam, that's wonderful. For me, I'm not done to save you yet. I did the half of the job, and I would love to invite you to accept the Messiah as your
What
Lord.
would you recommend me to read? Because I'm gonna, again, like Islam, I'm not gonna just take Islam like another religion like that.
No,
I will read about it.
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
No, you can
And
read.
if
You can read, my
if
friend.
Christianity does make a sense to me, yes, I will call you back in a month's time probably,
All right,
and we will have a chat.
all right. my
If
friend.
not, I can still come back and telling you about arguing Christianity as well, because I'm not scared to talk about Christianity, even if I know 100% is from God.
Neither we are. This is why we are
God
here.
should challenge all of us.
Yeah, you are welcome, my friend. Anyway,
God's
take
word
your
should
time.
be like an
Read-
atomic bomb.
Read
Nobody could face it.
read the four Gospels, of Christ, and try to, when you read, try to, like, you see, I'm sure you are smart.
What's
and-
this story behind the Old Testament and New Testament? What is the problem?
There's no story. It's the Old Testament. It's simply the Old Testament is a book about God and history in the same time. The history of the Jews with God,
Right.
as simple as that. So the Jews, the Old Testament is a book of books. It's not one book, and this book contain their history with people around them and their history with God. How they disobey Him sometime, how they obey Him sometime, how God he was. He like how they forsake their God sometime. So the Old Testament mostly is kind of a collection of many stories about what happened to the Jews and the prophets of the Jews. The New Testament is about Christ and what he accomplished in this earth when he came to us. And this is why I say, if
somebody like me, where should
the New Testament,
start?
because the Old Testament for me is just to increase my knowledge about history of man with God. But the New Testament.
So why they saying it's been corrupted?
Who says that? The Muslims.
I heard from too many imams. The Bible, it's corrupted.
You see, the imams. This is the problem. Is the imams are they are? You remember when you called me? Says either you're a big fat liar. The imam are the big fat liar. I will show you something from the Quran, and you tell me what you translate to us. Let me open the Quran. All right. This is the Quran. I will put it in the screen. What مصدقا لما معهم mean? Confirming what is with them, correct?
need to refresh. And when they come to them, and when they came to them,
Somebody's saying that you are crying. Are you crying, my friend?
no.
Okay.
If I'm crying, I would cry for myself. I would cry for all.
Yeah, I'm saying. So
40
I mean, yeah,
years
but
of
nothing wrong with the crying from
chasing a rainbow.
Yeah.
I'm crying for my childhood. I'm crying for my youth.
Oh, you are crying then. Okay, I understand. That you know, let cry and let the tears wash the anger. Nothing wrong with the crying.
But I haven't killed anybody for my faith.
I understand.
I was always showing the beautiful face of Islam. I didn't know all about all this.
Well, I'm happy for you today, my friend. You called me, and I'm glad that you were able to call. And crying, great men they cry. And David, he cried today. We cry always, and cry can wash our sin. That's wonderful. Don't worry about it. So do you see? They said to you that the Bible is corrupt, but the Quran says, and this is the Muslim translation, which is strange that this translator here is not being a hypocrite too much. It says confirming what is with them, the Jews, which is the Torah, and the Injil, which is the Christian, the gospel. So how they lie and why? The Quran is saying confirming what is with them now.
Yeah, I see.
They lie to you, my friend. They are a bunch of liars.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm not going to put too much pressure on you. I can tell you are crying, and we are, all the Christians there, they are praying for you.
Well, thank you very much for all this written everything. I will have a chat with some imam.
Well, what about
if they have?
What about you challenge them to come and debate me? Let us make a challenge. If they
Yes,
dare.
that's what I was gonna say. Yes.
Yeah. Let us see if they dare to do it, and you will see they were never there.
Yeah.
They will never. The only way they will come to debate me, if you don't tell them, Christian Prince, don't tell them who I am. Tell them I will call this guy and you debate him live. If you tell them this is a Christian Prince, that will never happen.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome, my friend. We are happy for you, and I ask all the Christians in the chat. We have more than 1,000 people. They are listening. Please pray for this gentleman. I do not know your name, by the way, but you don't need.
My name is Muhammad.
Muhammad.
Yes.
Guys, pray for our brother Muhammad. And this is the beautiful thing about Christianity. Even if your name is Muhammad, still you are beloved by the Lord, the Messiah. And I hope soon you will see the truth, and the truth will set you free. The Messiah, he said, I am the truth, which means there's no other truth except me. So I pray to the Lord that he will bring you to the truth, and you will be free. You will not be a slave of Allah.
I beg my Muslim brothers and sisters to stop swearing, writing dirty messages. Chase the evidence. Chase your own book. Do not swear at anyone. Swear at the imams who lie to you every day. With a big smile on the face. They lie to you and they smile. I always notice that. When they have a big smile, they lie something very big. They lied about something very, very big.
All right, my friend.
Because how can I lie about God's words? How can I change God's words? If I know this is from God, I wouldn't dare to change it. But I believe these people don't even believe in God. If you believe in God, you wouldn't dare to touch His word.
And what kind of
How can you
God?
fabricate?
What kind of God he can protect his book? How the Muslim they say that Allah is the one who sent the Injil, and then the Injil is corrupt? I mean, this is an insult to their God. You know what I mean? It's
You
silly.
you buy a BMW from BMW with 3 years warranty. They say if you fabricate anything, your warranty will expire because we made this car. Nobody can, find a mistake. So how about God's words? How could you fabricate God's words?
How he
You can't
allowed
even
them.
fabricate your BMW.
How he allowed them. And once I asked a Muslim sheikh, he says to me that the Bible is corrupt. So I asked him, before I show him those verses, I said, okay, was it fabricated by Allah will or against his will? He said, I need to think about this and I will call you back. And since then, he never called me back.
Yeah, happens to me when I ask too many questions. To be honest, when they ask too many questions, they try to, not to see me. They pretend to be busy. They calling me back. They give me a call. They have appointments, this and that. But it's just running away from the facts.
But you see, as long you notice that they are trying fooling around, why you were not sure. I mean, why you waited all this time. I mean, you notice that there is something fishy.
Yeah, because I wake up in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. I go to work. They don't work. They never work. They make easy money. That's why.
All right.
That's why this is a good business for them. That's why I believe that's why they lying about it. They want to keep the business.
I'm happy for you, my friend, that you decide to leave Islam.
Thank you very much for everybody.
You can call me anytime you wish. Feel free, and I will be happy.
I appreciate that.
All right.
Thank
Take care,
you,
my friend. God bless. Take care.
Have a good.
All right. That's wonderful. It was. It's always like this. You see, when a Muslim he called me, he's upset, he's angry. He must be either you are a big fat liar, is what he said. But am I? Everything I say, I show in the screen, live evidence. And no Muslim there really, especially I'm not talking about, most of Muslims are poor people. They've been lied to. Those who he said, our friend here, I don't know, his name is Muhammad, right? He said Muhammad. The one who claimed to be Imam. Why they will not debate me? Because as he said, they are doing business. They will destroy their career. It's a big mistake. That's why always they try to debate somebody. He's an American. He know not too much about Islam, because it doesn't matter really how much you try to learn about Islam. As long as you don't speak Arabic, still you are limited. Because as you see, like even if you read all the books about Islam in English, which is not translated in English, the translation always they play with. There's no translation you can trust. There's no even the Muslims don't accept the translations for the Quran, because they knew that the translation is meant to lie, so we can convert some Christians, some Hindus, some Buddhas, and some atheists.